Welcome back to Romantasy Chaos HQ, the podcast. We are Avery and Xavier Harleston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today we have a special bonus episode for Love as Thou Wilt Week, our celebration of inclusive love in romantasy. But first, this is your warning. We are not rated E for everyone. We will be discussing adult topics with adult language in today's episode. We are joined by special guests, authors C.L. Briar and narrator Rylee Kubbera. And would you please take a moment to introduce yourselves?
Sure, yeah. CL. Go first.
So I'm CL. I'm a dark fantasy author, but I also write more dark romance, which is what I've dipped into recently. And I am so fortunate enough to work with Rylee Kubbera, who's been incredible. So she's narrated my last 2 books and will be narrating my next 3.
That's so fun.
Yes, I love working with CL. I'm Rylee Kubbera. I'm an audiobook narrator, but I like to say I'm just an artist because I do all kinds of artistic things, and being an audiobook narrator percentage-wise is definitely up there, but it's not the only thing. But yeah, so I like to say that I'm just an artist through and through.
Well, I went and looked you up on Audible and was like, oh, wow, so much. And then I just listened to like little clips, like they let you listen to the little clip. And I was like, oh, I like it. I like it. It did something very nice for my brain. So in keeping with our normal time constrained format of our usual episodes, we want to do a quick little get to know you. So we are going to put 60 seconds on the clock and play a little game of Would You Rather. And we're going to see how far we can get with both of you giving us like the gut. But do you want to like one person answer first, or you're just going to call them out? What's our...
CL, you go first, then I.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And go.
Would you rather write or perform like a virgin first time spicy scene, or write or perform a spicy scene where things go wrong?
I have done the V card scenes. I will say that. I've written that.
I want to perform a spicy scene gone wrong.
Fated mates or found family?
I love both of those so much. I think I'm going to have to do found family.
Found family for me too.
Bert or Ernie?
Bert?
I guess I'll choose Ernie. We can have them both.
So there's,
Witches or dragons?
Oh, I like both of these too. I think witches edges out dragons for me.
Dragons.
Fun.
Gods or monsters?
Gods, because my gods are kind of monstery.
Yeah, I'd go gods too.
I feel like that's a why choose, right?
Yeah.
Both. And that's our time. All right.
Rylee's definitely our people. She's like,
yes,
dragons, all sultry. Like,
you're gonna turn that into like a ringtone. Dragons.
Dragons.
Maybe we can just like clip that. Just make it like
a sound beat, like.
Yeah, we just recorded a podcast where we were in a debate on who was more daddy, Xaden or Taryn. We took Taryn.
Yeah, we
sure.
Yeah, I feel like that one's pretty easy.
Xaden,
so you want to?
He hasn't earned his daddy card yet.
Not yet.
I think he has potential, but too. He's kind of young.
Yeah.
Not there yet.
He's still cooking.
He's still cooking. That's right. I love it when that frontal lobe is fully developed. You know what I'm saying? That's so hot.
He's a daddy hot dish still in the oven.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hot dish.
That's for all of you from Minnesota.
So how did you guys start working together? And so you're going to do 4 books together. So what do you enjoy about working together that keeps it going?
I think how I found Rylee was actually through a counterpart narrator. So I was like scrolling TikTok as an author does, and like listening to narrators and voices. And then I stumbled upon, or it was recommended to me, but Christian J. Gilliland, and he narrates a lot of books with Rylee. So I started listening to Rylee, and it was like amazing. And yeah, it was like instant. I was like, okay, let's do this. So I signed her up, like locked her in for book 1 in the series. And it was just so phenomenal. Like the process was so smooth and easy. And I think a lot of authors get intimidated with hiring narrators themselves, and she made it just like so flawless. It was incredible. So then I very quickly was like, so please do the rest of my series. I need you to finish them out. And she was gracious enough to let me. Yes. And it's just been wonderful. I love working with Rylee. She makes it incredible.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think too, like it solidified after I was in New York for 6 months and Ciel was going to Spellbound in the Valley, which we're going to be at again next year. We're very excited. So that was the first time we met in person. And then we were like, oh, whoa, we like really vibe together as just people.
Yes.
And so it was like the professional side, and then the friendship sort of bloomed from there. And so now it's to the point where she's like, so I'm writing this why choose for this series, and can you like talk to me about other why choose
we brainstorm
moments?
Yeah.
Can we brainstorm? Which is really fun for me because I read so much that I'm like, logistically I can tell you all kinds of things I've read.
You're like, I've read, I've used the dolls to act things out.
Yeah.
Like drawings.
I brought fruit in my booth to make sounds.
That was such a funny video. The things I do as a narrator.
If anyone wants to know, cantaloupe is where it's at.
Oh, that makes sense.
It makes the best sounds.
Wow.
Record
We
it,
need a lot
Rylee.
of
I need a
cantaloupe
video.
in our house. Don't. Wow. I can see how he's already getting ideas.
Yes.
It's like adds cantaloupe to the grocery list.
Yes.
Every week.
You can have a whole segment of like, guess which fruit this sound is.
Oh, yeah.
So which series was that? Was that the Simple Seasons?
No,
No, okay.
it's actually Envy. So this is the inside dust jacket of the special edition one. So it's my dark romance one.
Ooh.
So Spring's Descent, the Sinful Seasons is also spicy. That's going to be more of like a fantasy spicy. So that one is the Hades and Persephone, which is this one. It's also on Audible and incredible. But I'm lucky enough to have Rylee with me for the masks. So the 7 deadly sins, motorcycles, masks, Sons of Anarchy kind of vibes.
Nice.
Hence the cantaloupe.
What was the this is like can you tell us what was the situation where you had to go discover cantaloupe was where it was at?
Yeah, I want to hear this.
So I work under 2 names. I'll just say it on this podcast because the people who will be listening will hopefully be old enough. But I work under the name Raya Kane, which I have over 100 books under. That's how I started, which is lit RPG harem and fantasy harem. So that predominantly is for like male listeners, and so I work under Rylee Kubbera, which is predominantly female listeners. So I'm doing a series called Vampire Sorority Girls, and it's basically like Buffy the Vampire Slayer but harem, where the Slayer is actually the dude, and he like comes in, they're like, you're a Slayer and we're gonna be a sorority of women who all love you. And the author was like, so I want to make it an immersive like experience. And I'm like, thank God I'm not editing this one. But my partner John was like, okay, Rylee, this sucks, but I'm gonna need like a moaning reel, orgasm reel, slurping reel, and so like just 5 minutes of like these sounds. And I was like, okay. And I was like, this is really weird, but we've been working together for, almost 4 years now. But, like, what do you recommend for those sounds? And he's like, honestly, cantaloupe and oranges, baby. I was like, this is a new level of our professional relationship where I'm shopping for fruit and you're going to listen to it.
I just want you to know, I am 100% convinced that if I ever had to do something like that, I would absolutely end up with orange juice in my eye. Like, you said oranges and immediately I'm like, oh, my eye.
Yes.
That can make the soundtrack.
so messy. My like throat was like raw because it's so acidic. I was like, oh, this is awful.
Lozenges, tea. Like,
Literally.
Now I want to work these into books. Ow, my eye! That was so acidic, my throat hurt.
the things you do.
For real. We do
It
it for
definitely
the
sounds like a
listeners.
monster romance.
You love it
For
when
the
I'm
readers.
on. Ooh, you love it when I'm on allergy medicine because you get like 35% funnier.
I do.
Specifically 35.
Yes,
Yes,
it's measurable. Uh, um, so, kind of one thing that we like to ask everyone is what kind of reading or art were you consuming media that as a young person that kind of you think now maybe influences your storytelling, whether that's through writing or narration, maybe not the fruit related narration aspects as a child, but
Yeah.
You go first, babe.
Yeah, I think like for me, I started out in fantasy. So Sinful Seasons fantasy, and then my first series before that's even like a little bit more tame. And that's going to be more of like an epic fantasy. So for me, I was pretty heavily influenced with like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit kind of vibes. I loved Percy Jackson, and just like Greek mythology. Like I loved all the myths, and like the fantasy worlds. And so as a child, I think that the fantasy worlds were a really fun like thing to escape into. So that's kind of how I started. And then as you get older, you realize like I was like well into my 20s before I realized there was like more than just YA books. I'm like, oh, adult books are boring. They're all like they're all just like self-help. I hate them. And then I like picked up something and I was like, oh, this is like a different kind of an adult book. And then you just kind of evolve. Yeah. So I think it was more of like the fantasy, Greek mythology kind of stuff. And then you like build with the romantasy, and then it kind of graduated into now we're doing dark romance. It just kind of evolves.
I think there's so many people who kind of cut their teeth on Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
And we have 5 kids, and our youngest 2 are like obsessed. If we can make
It's
it
so
through a
fun.
full meal without a single person mentioning Percy Jackson, we basically get to go out for ice cream.
Well, but we don't make it. But then we get Six of Crows or
Yes.
something.
So now another one is the Six of Crows. But this is
That's a
like,
good one too.
I see so many people who start out with Percy Jackson and then kind of end up in this romantasy mindset. So I'm like, okay, girls, I know where this is headed.
and I can really clearly see how like interest in the Greek mythology is like only a slight sidestep from dark fantasy.
Yeah, because there's really, if you start getting into the myths, there's so many different ones, and a lot of them not happy endings, and like they're kind of twisted, you know? So I feel like that's a pretty easy like slope down into. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Hades and Persephone, like when you read it, like the version that you get like in 2nd grade is pretty tame. Like, oh, pomegranate seed, she got trapped, and then like you like read, like I did Latin, and like you read like the translations from some of the original stuff, and you're like, oh, that's a different story.
Oh. Yeah. So many of the myths are like that too, because there's like the Disney movie, like the Hercules one, and then you read the myth and you're like, oh.
Hercules.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, Hercules is a lot more twisted.
Yeah. Like so many other ones. But what about you, Rylee? What were some of your like childhood books?
Oh, man. I grew up Catholic. My house was very interesting growing up. My mom had to read the Twilight book before I could read the Twilight book. Now she regrets reading it, but at the time she loved it. So I grew up Lord of the Rings. I have 3 older brothers. So Dragon Ball Z, like Studio Ghibli,
Nice.
like I was very involved in like that world. And then I got really into Divergent and like Hunger Games. One that like really stuck out to me that's not like fantasy or anything it's a book called Olive's Ocean, excuse me, by Kevin Hanks. And it was about this young girl who had a classmate who died. and her grieving somebody who she wasn't really friends with but is an acquaintance, and like that really like put a mark on me, and I like think about that book to this day. But yeah, I would say definitely those. And then I was like a huge academic, so I was reading for school and I didn't want to read anything outside of school. And then come college being done, I started getting back into books with Outlander because I went through
Yes.
a massive breakup, and I was like, I'm never dating a man like that again. I will only ever date a Jamie. Like, that is it. And that was like the bar I set for myself. And I think that's like really what was my gateway. And then I got into narration like right after starting to read those. So I would say that was like my big one back in the world.
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with Jamie Fraser.
No.
I love
Oh, the man in a kilt.
and a Scottish accent.
Yeah.
Love it. He has a kilt. He dressed in a kilt at the last
Yes,
cosplay thing we went
but
to.
wisely did not try a Scottish accent.
Oh, no.
I think you should. I think you should do it right now.
No.
You can do a
Just
good
try
one
it.
too,
Just try
right?
it. Let's just
I
No
don't think we need
pressure.
the hate from the Scots.
every Scottish person like, please never
Yeah.
speak again.
Yeah. Well, particularly not after the like UK SNL episode thing that apparently was picking on all of the accents and
I don't
went
know.
sideways. So we're gonna stay out of that like
Yeah.
dark hole of the
I have
internet
no idea.
because I'm really bad at accents. Like if there's
That's
like
what makes it so fun.
a grading scale, it's worse. Like whatever tone deaf is for singing, like my accents is worse than that.
But he's good at drinking scotch. So
Me
There
too.
you go.
Yes.
The things that count, right?
Which makes me think my accent gets better.
Right? Some liquid luck, courage.
it's not like an infusion thing. So one of the things that we've seen a lot of, kind of having been in this space a little bit. So CL, when did you start writing? I guess because you started in more fantasy, right?
Yes. So actually, you guys mentioned when we opened that you're a healthcare professional. So I worked in healthcare and especially during COVID, things got a little intense, as I'm sure you guys know. So hours were, I mean, it's 12-hour shifts, but you're doing like 13 plus 14 hours for everything. And so a lot of that was me just like daydreaming up these like worlds and these characters. And if I had like any breaks, I would do like little voice memos on my notes, like app on my phone. Cause you can't get out of the PPE, right? So you're like stuck in this like situation where your mind is just going. And then I would come home and like dig out everything, but I'd have like an hour where every night I was just kind of like condensing down everything I thought of during the day. And that ended up being like my first series. So right around COVID is when I actually started like putting all the words and like the thoughts into paper, not thinking anything would really like come of it. And then I got through the third book on that series and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to finish this. Like, I'm going to do it. Even if like no one ever reads it, I'm going to like write this entire series and publish it and just like see what happens. And it just kind of evolved from there. So yeah, just randomly.
So you kind of came up as like Romantasy started
Yeah, I would
coming
say.
up. And I think this is something that if you're in the publishing literary world, like, and you've watched the evolution of this term, it's means. So our basic take is that while it had a lot of meaning originally and was really like identifying a very niche place that a lot of people had interest, it's now like very broadly used and applied.
Yes.
And for the average reader who doesn't spend all day following like Publishers Marketplace or like on author threads or whatever, I don't know that it has as much meaning as it maybe did even 2 years ago. So both of you are kind of in this space, like with even like the lit RPG is kind of like, is that now, like, how do you think of this term and like, what do you use this term? Do you find this term useful? Do you feel like it's maybe like past its usefulness?
What do you think, Rylee, with the lit RPG too? Because I know you do a lot of romance in that now too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the hard part is when it originally came about, Romantasy, it was like you knew what you were getting, but now it was taken as, it's like, oh, that's a marketing word. It's no longer a genre word, right? So I feel like so many people are marketing their books that way when they don't necessarily fit that, because they're just trying to pull, you know, an audience and readers that direction. So it's like that other layer of like, oh, well, now I actually have to look deeper into what this book is. I can't like just trust at face value that this is what it actually is. So you have to be more of a detective, I think, when choosing to read certain books. That's my personal opinion as also just a reader. When I see things, I'm like, okay, will I actually, is this going to give me the things that it's saying it's giving me? Because I've seen that, especially on TikTok, where you'll be like, this is how it was marketed, and this is not at all
How it is.
how it is. Lit RPG, I think, is, with Dungeon Crawler Carl being so big right now, it's like, it feels like a new boom, but it's been there for so long. Like,
Yeah,
so
it's not
long.
new. Yeah.
It's not new, and I do a lot of lit RPG harem, so it's interesting to watch this sort of like new audience like take this, discover this. But lit RPG isn't for everyone. Dungeon Crawler Carl is like very niche and specific within that genre. And so I think if people who like that go and all of a sudden start trying to listen to a bunch of other lit RPG, they'd be like, oh, maybe this isn't something that I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah.
I see what you're saying, though. It's almost like an umbrella term, and now you have to sort of like quantify like what type of romantasy it is. Like romantasy,
Right.
like lit RPG, or like romantasy, and you could have it be more like epic fantasy, or like, yeah, it's all, it almost seems like an extra quantifier now.
And I think that romantasy for me is like tied to ACOTAR, right? It's like
Yeah.
it like set that bar. So when I think romantasy, I'm like, oh, is it like ACOTAR, which means it has smut, right? But not all romantasy has smut. So
Yeah.
it sort of is like correlated with that too, where I think some people who don't want smut are like, oh, it's romantasy, I don't want to read that anymore.
I see. Yeah. You have to quantify spice level as well. It's such a big
Yeah.
term now.
And I think a big thing is also like, am I guaranteed a happy ending? Because is this a genre romance? Because there's
Yes.
in today's world,
I
if
need
you
the
need
happy
to
ending.
know going in that you are going to have a happy ending, I
Yeah.
get it. I get that you need the reassurance for your well-being that this is all going to turn out okay.
For mental
As a
health,
person,
yes, I need that.
Yeah. I mean, during the COVID era, like I did a lot of romance and like YA romance because like I just wanted to know that like I was not gonna have to suffer more than like a third act breakup, right? Like
Yes.
too much trauma of like bridge to Terabithia, I guess, in my youth, right? Like I'm like I do not need that in
It's
like
so
I was
sad.
traumatized and I do not need to be
Same.
traumatized. It's COVID and healthcare. Right?
I know.
So like
We're already there.
I read things like The Selection. Like the
Yeah,
whole series,
exactly. Like a little
because it was so
bachelorette type
nice.
stuff.
And you know, got into romantasy, like lean towards the happy ending, and or the happily ever after. And we are a big romantasy household, and we have middle school, so like now we're like and finding like middle school grade romantasy, which is like, you know, young high school romance in a fantasy world with a happy ending. And
Yeah.
we've got two kids that really gravitate towards that. And so now if you like have a middle grade and it's romantasy, that's
Such a
like,
big-
you know, there's like negative spice, right? Like
Yeah.
negative spice.
It's like the tension. Yeah. That's so cute. It's like a cute little, like
We held
establishing
hands.
relationship. Yeah. And like discovering yourself. I mean, middle grade's a whole other genre, different beats, different
Yes.
arcs.
Without
I'm so in
understanding what yearning is.
Yes, exactly.
I'm so in awe of people who can write for children, especially I think middle grade is for me hard. I can probably imagine writing a book for like preschool or early childhood way more. I mean, you just drop the word fart and you're like sold, right? Like
Go look at
kids
dog, yeah.
love, like, you know. But then you get to that middle grade and I'm just like, wow. I can get YA, I get that, but I think middle grade authors are like, I'm in awe of them. And they do it in like 30,000 words.
I was like, it has to be quick. It's like normally like a portal fantasy. It's like a quick thing. Yeah, it's definitely a talent.
Well, and you're like catering to kids who want to feel older than they are, so you want them to feel like they're smart while they're reading it and not like, you know what I mean?
Overwhelmed and like,
Yeah. It's a balance.
So you have, CL, you have younger children.
Yeah,
Our kids,
3
our
girls.
youngest is about to, we have 4 girls. Our youngest is about to turn 12. So we are kind of much more into like
your heads up
YA.
for me. Yeah.
But you still have young kids. So what are you like, what are some of the ways that you see that being a parent is influencing your storytelling?
No. So like my kids are 9, almost 8, and then 4. So I have like littles. So we read, like we were reading the Percy Jackson books. Like we read the Land of Stories. Like we read, or like the tiny little like 10,000 mystery books, or like my little princess stories. And then for the 4-year-old, we do like the little board books. So it's like very different. And maybe I could bring in some fantasy elements, or it'll like remind me about like fairy tales in a different way. But that is like my kids' time. And then like I'm writing, like right now I'm writing like a dark romance white shoes. So it's like a totally different like they don't, not right now. They don't cross. Maybe one day I'll write like, because my middle one, she wants us to like write books together. So I'll jot down some ideas, and she has like ideas flowing, and we have like a little document for her. So maybe one day we'll do a little middle grade 30,000 thing just to knock it out. But for right now, they are very separate.
Our kids also want to write a book.
Yes.
The problem is, have you tried to ever get 2 kids
Stream of
to agree on
consciousness.
something? Like we're currently trying to get 4 kids to all agree on like what is the plot.
You're gonna have to
Who
write
is the
4
main
books.
character?
Yes, because they each want
get
the
a
one that.
POV.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
like
they-
that. That's a good
and
one.
they each want the one that they identify with to be the main character at all times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like this is the character that that I have formed after how I envision myself, so they need to be the hero. Like,
Oh yeah, I know. We have to have the detachment because bad things are going to happen to these characters. They have to grow. They have to have an arc. So yeah, it has to be.
I'm constantly like, okay, but when's your character going to make the wrong choice? When are they going to do something that doesn't work out?
Right.
Or what do you want them to learn? Yeah. No, I totally get it. We literally have a document where she'll come up with like a little idea. And sometimes it's like, there's going to be mermaids with sparkly tails. I'm like, I got you, girl. No problem. Jot it down. And then other days she'll have like a full like little plot scene, which is so cute. So we'll get there eventually.
That's really fun.
That's Jules, Rylee. She's the one that texts you all the time.
I love
So as you guys are working together on the future books, like, do you think about the narration in any way that changes the scene or the word choices? Like now that you like are in this flow kind of together, like, does it affect the writing or the brainstorming? Are you thinking of the times you can use the cantaloupe? I don't know, but
do like a little thing for Rylee. Insert cantaloupe. No, you don't do sounds in this scene. No, I can't. So it will change my writing actually, Rylee. When I was like jotting down stuff, I'll emphasize different words. Like in my writing, I'll do like a period instead of just a comma, or I'll do like an italicized word. Cause I'm like, oh, I want them to stress this one. So when it's like stream of consciousness, I'm like more aware of when to stress different words or when to pause better because I've listened to the cadence so much, which has been really helpful. But no, I can't adjust the plot or the scenes because I know Rylee. Like I can't be thinking about Rylee when I'm writing. like again, has to delete. Yeah.
La 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 la.
Yeah.
Rylee, do you, when you're getting a new project, are you like, before you open it up to look at the book, are you like, okay, please just don't have this word in it? Or like, are there certain
do you have any
things?
words like ick words?
Like,
Hold on, I
I don't know
have
if you're allowed to
oyster.
say that. You have a
I have a
list?
Yeah. It's on my
Oh, words that
computer.
are hard to say too.
I have words that I've said a lot of that I never thought I would say a lot of.
Oh, I like this. Okay.
Chassis, miasma, macabre. Macabre is used so much in Romantasy, and I hate it.
It's so Christian hates that too. He had to say it in this last book. I'm like, oh,
It's awful. Viscous. Yes, viscous.
Oh, that's such a good healthcare word too.
It sure
it's
is.
so
Not when it's
clinical.
describing other things.
It's so clinical.
What if it was describing the air because it was humid? The air is the viscous air.
No,
That's
then
how we
it's
used
humid.
it, but
I don't like
That
it.
wouldn't bother me. That wouldn't bother me. I-core. I say that a lot.
oh,
Glibly. I hate that.
What is
word.
that?
glib, like she was
Glibly.
glib, so
Yep.
she said it glibly.
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 I'm gonna
That
use
sounds like
that.
a made-up word.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah,
It's like
anytime that
Skibbity
word comes up, I'm
toilet.
like,
I picture
ugh.
like Jigglypuff or something. Like I'm like a little bouncy.
Eschew. It's no eschew. I'm saying it wrong. See, it's ESCHEW. That word I hate. Those are my words.
I love it.
I've had to rewrite many words as I make fantasy objects up, and then Avery's like, no. I'm like, I spent an hour figuring out the perfect name for this. She's like, did you
love that.
say it out
Oh,
loud?
because you're
I
making
was like,
me. Yeah.
no.
Like he had to
Yeah.
name naming a weapon, like you know how you give
Yeah.
a weapon a name. And
Yeah.
I'm like, absolutely not. We can't even say it the same way twice between us.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
That's hilarious. I will say, when you narrate, you realize very quickly what a new favorite word of this author is because they use it a lot in a book sometimes. And I'm like, oh,
That's
they
fair.
must have found this, really liked it, and then they were like, I'm going to use this to describe everything. That has definitely happened before.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or like if you have a
Preternatural.
difficult word like that, I feel like it's gonna be like the narrators are gonna pick how to say it, and like that is it. And if I'm making up a word, then they get to choose like however
the
you want to
worst-
say it.
The worst part too is like I'll go on live and I'll record and I'm reading what's on the page and then like someone in the comments will be like, "You're using that word a lot." I'm like, "I'm reading the book. I'm reading the book."
Yeah.
It's not,
It's not
what
up
it
to
is.
me.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Can you use watery vowels too many times?
We had a discussion. So one of the things that I do is we're writing when I'm editing, I like to have it read out loud to me because
Okay.
it helps me pick up on like awkward phrasing or like if I have
Yeah.
used a word 13 times in 3 paragraphs, like I'll
Yeah.
hear it before I'll see it. And my favorite thing is when something is reading out loud and it pronounces a word wrong. Like for instance, Talon. Talon. It's not
Oh,
not
yeah,
Talon. It
Talon.
doesn't rhyme with salon. It's like or Glower. It's not glower. You're not glowering.
Glowering.
Glower.
So that's
Yep.
but I imagine that that's kind of like what as you're like looking at a manuscript for the first time and you're like, oh wait, do I know how to pronounce that word?
I think like specifically in fantasy, we get a lot of pronunciation guides and they're like, it's phonetically written out. And a lot of the times phonetically it's not correct. Like the way that they envision words to make certain sounds. So I know phonetics. I studied phonetics. So I'll read it and I'm like, okay, so that's not what that word sounds like. And the way that you wrote it out, this is what it sounds like. How you want me to say it. And they're like, that's not how I want it to sound. And I'm like, okay, great. This is why I prefer when authors send me like like a file of them saying the word. So I'm like, great. Then I don't even have to decipher your
Match.
phonetics.
Yeah.
Have you ever got to give spelling advice back? You're like, well, if that's how you want it said, you should spell it like this.
You should spell it like the word it is.
In my brain.
I was like, I don't know if
I'm
that's
sure you're
like
very professional. So.
Yeah. I mean, the hard part too, like I work with a publisher and when they give you the book, that's what's published. You're not supposed to deviate from what is published. It's supposed to match the manuscript. So I've had many books that have definitely needed an editor or two that I'm like, I'm reading the sentence as is, and my publisher's like, that's what it is. Like, if they're upset about it, that's because it's on their editor. It's not on you. But the hard part of that is who gets dinged for that. We do.
Yeah, I was like, because the readers are gonna say that it's you then if you're
blame
saying.
the narrators. Yep. And so it's
Yeah.
like, well, okay. But I've done a few books where I'm like literally editing as I'm reading, and it's like very mentally taxing. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this for you.
As you're trying to say it, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
because your brain's making corrections while you're trying to keep the cadence going and the flow of the narration.
Yep.
That would be a lot. Yeah.
So you'll see when we go silent on live, we'll just be like mid-sentence and go, because we're literally going, how is this sentence supposed to be?
I hate that because, like, so Rylee will record sometimes live, and if it's my book, whenever she does it, I'm like, oh no. And I like pull up the manuscript and I'm like ready to make a correction. Like, okay, where was she? Like, but no, it is helpful though. Yeah.
Avery, I love that you want it read out loud too, because I think a lot of indie authors specifically, when they listen back, they're like, oh, there's a lot more things that my editor didn't catch, whatever. And I'm like, that's why it's so important, because it speaking it, especially in an audiobook, is going to be different because we read differently in our head.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah, I do a lot of writing for my real life work, and I started doing it then because one of the things I do in my real life work is take very, very, very complex ideas and try to explain them to a fifth grader type, like that level. And then I sometimes though, if it's you have to use the same word like 3 times in the same sentence because there is literally no other word. Mm-hmm. And you're like, well, this is just getting confusing when I read it back to but it made sense when I wrote it.
Right.
But,
yeah, I mean, part of our overall process, like Avery hates a blank page. So like I get all the blank pages, and sometimes like there's details, and sometimes it's like, hey, I need a shiny mermaid tail, right? And like it's just like whatever is stream of consciousness going through, and then she'll read it back to me what I wrote and be like, so what was that supposed to mean?
Can't visualize.
I was like, oh well, 5 of those words are wrong. Let's start there.
Yes. Too funny.
We definitely do want to get in, why do you pick the stories that you pick to tell, or the stories that you pick to narrate? And, Rylee, I'm sure you don't always get to 100% pick, because, it's work. But, when you get to choose and you get to do the stuff that you love, like, why do you choose those stories? And, in CL, why do you pick those stories to tell?
So Rylee, I'm actually really curious. Do you go in like waves of genres that you like, or do you get burnt out, or do you just kind of like the flexation and then adjust it with your reading personally? Like, how do you have preferences?
I definitely got burnt out from Lit RPG and Harem just because I was doing so many of them, and that industry is very churn and burn. So it was like, you don't just get one book, it's like a 8-book series. So it would be like every month you'd have a new book. So it was just constant. Anyways, talk about editing. So I definitely got burnt out from that, and I love fantasy just as a genre reading. And so when I started to audition separately and like get on other publishers' rosters, I really emphasized that I wanted to do more fantasy, romance, whatever that looked like. And I haven't been burnt out too much from that, I don't think. But there are genres I want to do that I haven't. Like, I would love to do a historical fiction. I would love to do
you'd be so good at that with your accents. Oh,
thank you. I really want to do like a World War II historical fiction. I would love to do like a Western. I have an author, I won't say her name, but she's writing a Western based on Doc Holliday from Tombstone. And I was like, anyways, so like, can I do this book for you? Please. I was like, I'll be your Huckleberry, please. Yeah. So I think that's kind of where I am. Like, I still do Lit RPG Harem because, I need to pay my bills.
Right.
I'm
You're good at
it.
it.
I don't put any less time and attention in those that I do any other. But yeah, after a while, it's like, it's sort of like I equate it to like when you travel to Europe and then you go to is cities and you're like, Europe's really cool, but a city is a city is a city is a city. So it feels sort of like I'm in the same place constantly.
In my head, I was like, you can only have so many cantaloupes.
Yeah. Literally. So true.
Oh God. Well, I guess for me, I just kind of go with whatever story's like the loudest in my head right then. So like my first series was because I like jumped into like a 4-book series. Like I was a lot for like my very first book ever writing, because then you have to go back and you have to make sure that everything matches, and the story has to build. So that was like a quick like, but that those characters are so loud in my head. So I wrote that first. And then I have a minor in Greek and Roman classics, so I love Greek mythology. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do like a quick like Hades and Persephone. And then the second book of that with like Morpheus kind of like flowed pretty well. Um, and then I was like, I want to do something darker. So I just kind of like have, and I have probably at least like 10 manuscripts that are like at the 10% mark, and I'll do like a rough outline. And then I'm trying to like force myself to focus on like what the manuscript that I need to get to my editor. So I think that's been an adjustment for me recently, trying to stay locked in on like one project and not flip so much. Because I chatted with Rylee about this. I have like a dystopian that I really am liking, and I'm close to like 40,000 words on it, but that book is going to end up being probably like 100, 120, right? So the timing for my editor, I have to focus in on my quick dark romance. It'll be closer to like 85,000 words. So I'm adjusting what stories I'm allowing, but you don't want to lose, like when you have like that flow, you don't want to lose it. So I'm like, if I get down like at least like 1 to 2,000 words a day on the manuscript I need, then I get extra time. I allow myself time to like type out something really quick for what I'm feeling that day. But that is hard to like focus in on it for me.
Yeah, we definitely have that problem of like which story is loudest and speaking to the most at that moment, because we have a manuscript that's in like final edits and like has a sequel that is also plotted and started, and then this new project that we're like, let's talk about this one
because you're excited.
The magic
yeah,
system's so cool. Let's go over there for a bit, and then we get drugged back.
Yep.
I think that's so interesting because, like, obviously as authors, you are like living in these worlds so long, and then you have all these ideas. But as a narrator, it's like I get to just like jump from book to book and live in these lands just like everybody else. But like when I'm done, I get to still talk about it, but I'm not like living in it like you guys are. I've had to explain that to a lot of authors where I'm like, I know this is your baby and I know you love it, but I'm also living in like 8 other worlds right now, and I promise you.
And I'm skipping through them.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
So here's when you are narrating and there's if you're doing different POVs, will you like write like or narrate all of Susan's POV chapters and then go to Mary's, or do you just kind of do chronological or like the book order? Because that's
I do chronological. I don't know. I haven't really met a narrator who jumps around like that. And I prefer chronological, and it also just depends on the genre and how it's written. I just recorded a book, which I was going to talk about when we got into like what we're excited about, which is a big book talk book, but it's an unreliable narrator. And so I'm like, I cold read. Like I prep books and I know the characters and I like know all the things I need to know. But there are certain things that like the author was like, I want you to like discover this too. So when like along with the readers, I was discovering this like crazy plot twist, and I'm like, thank God I can hit stop on record right now because I am freaking the fuck out. But from an acting standpoint, because I have my background as an acting, it's like if the character is living for the first time, I want to be living for the first time with them. I don't want to know what the future is, or I feel like even though maybe subconsciously I'm not doing this, but I don't want to know, or it might affect the way that I'm interacting with other characters or opinion, you know what I mean? So that's just the way I prefer to work. I do ask authors, though, like, is there a secret that I need to know, that you want me to know about this, that the readers don't know, but I should know as the character that's coming later, right? So, like, that's a big thing that I ask. And some authors are like, nope, I want you to discover it at the same time. I'm like, okay.
Ready in the pause button.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So this this episode's going to drop during Love Is Thou Wilt week, where we're celebrating inclusive love. So, CL, like, why did you choose to tell these stories?
Pretty much every character in my book is not like straight hetero. So like I'm bi or pan depending on how people like to say it. I'm not like great with labels, but everything is like very fluid in my mind. And so we have like some in the first series about a little bit of the like homophobia is listed as like a content warning, trigger warning, and it sort of like evolves, but we have different characters pacing at different times. I think it's really important to see characters where we have the realm in my first series is where it was a little bit of like that tension in there, and then certain kingdoms have more of like preferences, and so you see the characters working through it, and then there's other kingdoms in that same world where they're just loved and accepted and it's not even an issue, because I wanted to show like the juxtaposition with that. And then moving up into my next one with the sinful seasons, people are very fluid in there, and it's not even a problem because there's the Greek gods, right? And so we have a lot of like fluid gods and goddesses. And then wrote a little with Morpheus and Thanatos, and so we get to see him in an romance, and then we see his end game with Larkspur. So I didn't want it to be a restriction. I think it's really important to have worlds where it's not a restriction. And I like moving forward, my third book in it is going to be where it's just normal. Like it's not even a point of contention for the characters. It's just an accepting, loving world. And you just don't have to worry about that as like a plot device. I think it's really neat when authors do that too.
And I just want to say right here, you at ApollyCon signed to the first two books. And then we also have the prequel, which I just finished reading last night, by the way. But you signed two books, beautiful sprayed edges and interior artwork. I'm trying to show people, but you're probably actually listening with your ears, not your eyes. But these are going to be part of our Summer of Book Mail Chaos, the signed copies. And so for people who are participating in that, someone is going to get random book mail that is going to show up for them. And it's going to be these books plus the prequel. So that's very exciting. And I think we have an alternative dust jacket too, right?
We do. Yes.
Yeah. So
someone's going to get a very exciting CL book drop if they're part of our newsletter.
we love to share the love.
I really like packing book mail. I'm like gift giving is my love language. So like I enjoy a good package,
especially if it's a book. He loves a book with a sprayed edge. I mean,
me too.
Nothing better. Well, I know we are coming up on time. So tell us what's next for you, each of you. What are you excited about? What's coming up? What's making you most excited to write or to interact with folks on social? Or
so I'm doing like conventions. I'm working on my white shoes with my next book in the series with Rylee. And then I have to get it together for the rest of that series. So we have like technically 3 more books due to my editor that Rylee will be recording. So I'm super excited about that. And then I'm going to Imaginarium like tomorrow. And then Rylee and I will be at Spellbound, but she has a few more conventions in between. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to shift it over to Rylee.
Yeah, I mean, I have so many books. This month alone, I have 15 books that I record before I go to Hawaii in July and actually take a vacation.
Yes, you deserve it.
So I'm excited for all those. Some of them I can announce, some of them I can't announce. One from Romantasy in LA, J.R. Cather's Child of Chevet. I'm narrating her book. I'm very excited. So that'll be in August. I just wrapped that secret project, which got picked up by the Trad Pub.
Are you going on the cruise?
No, I wish.
She's flying to Hawaii. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, no, because J.R. Cather's with Banner and Bookmarks. Yeah.
Yes. Are you?
Yeah.
Maybe. We're thinking about it.
You should. She's amazing.
We're
I
trying
love
to
her.
see if we can swing it.
I feel that.
Sorry.
Me too.
Continue.
Sorry.
Yeah. So those are like some big ones, and then that secret project that got picked up by Trad Pub. And that's hard. When it gets picked up by Trad, it's like everything's under lock and key. So they're like, you cannot say anything.
Can't wait
so
though.
I'm super excited. I know, I'm so excited for that one. Yeah, and then I'm going to be at a couple different cons as well. I'll be in Spellbound. I'm going to Love Amongst the Pages, which is in Canada. I'll be with you in what's in Chicago?
Book Harvest.
Windy.
Book Harvest.
Book Harvest.
Yep. Sinners and Stardust in Boston. I'll be there too. Yeah.
Oh, busy. Y'all are busy.
Very.
Get your frequent flyer miles.
Exactly.
Well, that is really, really exciting. We're going to put all of this in show notes. But can you, before we finish here, can you just tell us where folks can find you online and the best way to connect with you?
Yeah, me, I have a pretty big TikTok shop. It's going to be like where I do a lot of the sales because it's like free shipping. In-person cons, which are listed on my website. And then Amazon is going to be the best for me.
For me.
And what's your TikTok handle?
Oh gosh. I think it's just CL Briar _ author, I believe.
We'll link
I
it
should
in
know
show
that.
notes.
Yes.
My bad.
No, you're good. My handles all across the board are just my name, Rylee Kubbera. They'll be linked in show notes, everybody. Then you know how to spell it. Yeah. Otherwise, you can find me on any type of audiobook listening app, wherever. I'm on every single one of them. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been so fun. We probably laughed more than talked, which that's probably the best thing we could hope for on just an afternoon of recording a podcast. So thank you again. And for everyone listening, let us know what book you're going to start with from CL, or if you have listened or read something from CL or listened to something that Rylee's narrated. Let us know in the comments. And remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.